He began by hiding grandmother's spectacles whenever she took them off.
I'm sure I put them down on the dressing table,
she grumbled. A little later, they were found, balanced precariously on the snout of a wild boar whose tufted and mounted head decorated the veranda wall. Being the only boy in the house, I was at first blamed for this prank. But a day or two later, when the spectacles disappeared again, only to be discovered hanging from the wires of the parrot's cage, it was agreed that some other agency was at work. Grandfather was the next to be troubled. He went into the garden one morning to find all his prized sweet peas snipped off and lying on the ground. It was then Uncle Ken's turn to suffer. He was a heavy sleeper, and once he'd gone to bed, he hated being woken up. So when he came down to the breakfast table looking bleary-eyed and miserable, we asked if he was feeling all right. "I couldn't sleep a wink last night," he complained. "Every time I was about to fall asleep, the bedclothes would be pulled off the bed. I had to get up at least a dozen times to pick them off the floor." He stared painfully at me. "Where were you sleeping last night, young man?" I had an alibi. "In Grandfather's room," I said. "That's right," said Grandfather. "And I'm a light sleeper. I'd have woken up if he'd been sleepwalking."
"It's that ghost from the peepal tree,"
said Grandmother.
"It's moved into the house. First my spectacles, then the sweet peas, and now Ken's bedclothes. What will it be up to next, I wonder?"
We did not have to wonder long. There followed a series of disasters. Vases fell off tables. Pictures fell from walls. Things got worse when Aunt Minnie came to stay. The Pret seemed to take an immediate dislike to Aunt Minnie. She was a nervous, excitable person, just the right sort of prey for a spiteful ghost. Somehow, her toothpaste got switched with a tube of Grandfather's shaving cream. She appeared in the sitting room, foaming at the mouth. Uncle Ken shouted that she'd got rabies, and we ran for our lives.
"We'll have to leave this house,"
declared Grandmother.
"If we stay here much longer, both Ken and Minnie will have nervous breakdowns."
"I thought Aunt Minnie broke down long ago," I said.
"None of your cheek,"
snapped
Aunt Minnie. "Anyway, I agree about changing the house," I said breezily. "I can't even do my homework. The ink bottle is always empty." "There was ink in the soup last night," complained Grandfather. And so, a few days and several disasters later, we began moving to a new house. 2 bullock carts laden with furniture and heavy luggage were sent ahead. The roof of the old car was piled high with bags and kitchen utensils. Everyone squeezed into the car, and Grandfather took the driver's seat. We were barely out of the gate when we heard a peculiar sound, as if someone was chuckling and talking to himself on the roof of the car. "Is the parrot out there on the luggage rack?" asked Grandfather.
"No, he is in his cage on a bullock cart,"
said Grandmother.
Grandfather stopped the car, got out, and took a look at the roof. "Nothing up there," he said, getting in again and starting the engine. "I'm sure I heard the parrot talking." Grandfather had driven some way up the road when the chuckling started again, followed by a squeaky little voice. We all heard it. It was the Pret talking to itself. "Let's go, let's go," it squeaked gleefully. "A new house. I can't wait to see it. What fun we're going to have."